My friend, welcome to the halfway point, little over halfway point in my 90-day YouTube challenge. So in this challenge, I have set the goal for 90 days, so 12 weeks straight. I am going to record and publish 3 new YouTube videos as a new YouTube consistent creator. I've had a YouTube channel for quite a long time, but I've not consistently published content here until this challenge. So this challenge to myself is to do it 3 videos a week, super imperfectly, and track the progress along the way and bring you along this little experiment to see how it's going. So like I said, we're a little over halfway through the challenge. We are going through weeks 6 to 7 here. And I don't have a ton to report since my last recap a couple weeks ago. Well, maybe that's not true. I have a few things that are going well and then a few things where I'm like, what's going on here? So we'll talk about that. First thing that's going well is, per usual, well, I'm happy to say per usual, 3 videos per week have been published and have been recorded. So I'm still a few weeks ahead and I'm still consistently creating these videos, even though my schedule has gotten considerably more full the last few weeks, and it has gotten a little more challenging to figure out when am I going to outline videos and when am I going to actually have like my hair washed and record them. And so there may come a point in the near future where I no longer have washed hair for these videos. Who knows? But at this point, it has still happened. 3 videos a week are getting out. The process is getting faster. The process for reviewing the videos is getting a lot faster, figuring out who on my team is going to be doing the first round of proofing, and then what is the process for making sure that any edits that need to happen are getting clearly communicated to the editor, and then what revisions and thumbnails. And there's just a lot of moving parts. I've talked about that a little bit, but that is still the case. There are a lot of moving parts here on creating YouTube videos that are going to serve you and be helpful for you in growing your business. So we're figuring that out here at Team TPN behind the scenes. And it's a work in progress for sure. And I cannot wait until it's 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now, when I look back at these first videos and I'm like, oh my gosh, bless. Those had so much room to improve, because they do. And I'm here for it. I'm here for just getting them out here right now and improving later. And so that's what we're doing. So that's what's going well. Things are continuing to get a little bit faster, a little bit more efficient, and is taking less of me. So on a personal note, it is less of me in the proofing and in the revisions process and back and forth with other contractors, which is great. And other people are doing that. So for them, a few people on my team, they may report that what's not going well for them is they have a lot more proofing and revisions and that kind of stuff on their plate. But I'm feeling like, ooh, this is getting a lot smoother. So that's what's going well. What hasn't gone well the last couple of weeks is things are not really growing. And I'm going to show you the numbers on that in a second, but we're pretty I don't know, it's tiny. There's a few more subscribers coming in, but it's pretty plateaued as far as views and watch hours. So I'll show you that in a second. So I mean, is that what's not going well? I don't know. I've said from this entire challenge, I'm like, the goal isn't to hit it out of the park on YouTube. It's to be consistent and figure out how to make it a better process and just get in there and do it. But secretly, of course, I want to crush the metrics and I want them to grow and I want new people to find the channel. And I want all of this time that I'm spending creating the content not to go, not to be lost, not for that to be all for naught. So, I am hoping that we are going to pull out of this plateau and that there will be more views and more watch hours and all of that to report later. But again, I will get into the metrics on that in a second. What we are going to do differently, though, is something that really does not have a ton to do with what you might think would be a strategy for fixing that problem or for troubleshooting that. But what I have realized is not going well and it needs to change is my camera setup and my outline setup. So currently I am looking at a screen. There is a webcam above it. Even when I look directly at the webcam or I look a little bit down from it, it doesn't have good eye contact. I cannot hack figuring out why it doesn't look like I'm looking right at the camera, even when I am looking right at the camera. And a lot of times I'm looking a little bit below the camera because I'm looking at my outline anyway. And it's just not good. I just don't like it. I don't like the way that it's set up. So the solution to that is to use a teleprompter where I'm staring through a screen and there's a camera on the other side. I'm looking directly at a camera and it's not a webcam, it's a different camera. And so I have all of it. I mean, I'm just going to be honest. It just really seems hard to set it up. And I've tried and it didn't look right. And I just need to do it. I just need to actually take the time and figure out how to use the teleprompter setup that I already have that I know is going to be way better for me having good eye contact and not looking all around all the time. So that's just something internally for me that I know is going to help the process be less friction and less frustration on my end. It will obviously make the output of the video better because the eye contact will be better. And also it will help with the intro part of the video. So in a YouTube video, you want to have a strong hook in the very beginning. You want to tell the viewer as quickly as possible exactly what you're going to be covering and then get into the content so people don't get distracted and leave. And I am terrible at this point at remembering what the hook was supposed to be. I get distracted. I start going in different directions. And so our retention on the videos is not where I think it should be or where it could be if I was more intentional about the hook and the introduction. And if I was reading from a teleprompter, I would be much better at that. So I'm going to prioritize that in terms of my little setup here. So let me show you what the actual numbers are looking like. From June 28th to July 11th, here's what we are seeing. We have not trending up in any meaningful direction here let's start with views. So 1,300 views about, which is great. I'm certainly happy with that. However, it's not like, we're moving upward on the graph here. It's like, kind of steady. Watch time, same kind of thing. Like I don't notice any huge patterns here other than the day after we post a video, we seem to have a higher watch time than the actual day the video gets posted, which is curious because I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to be that way. I don't know a lot about YouTube, but I'm pretty sure that you're supposed to have more views the day that it posts. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? And we have 39 new subscribers in that 2-week period. Not sad about 39 new subscribers. I just am noticing that there isn't like a growth here when I'm looking at the graph. And that's kind of what I've been looking at. I'm also looking at the top content during that period and what videos are getting the most views, what videos have the highest retention. And I'm not really excited about any of these percentages. I think we could do a lot better. Hence me wanting to really focus on hooks, intros, and getting the recording process really dialed for myself so that we can see that increase. And that's that, my friend, for my week 6 to 7 check-in with the YouTube challenge. What am I finding and what is the evaluation process? In case you have not caught this already, we are going to link up at the end of this video the entire challenge playlist so you can go watch from the beginning. But it's a super, super lean and mean evaluation process. What's going well? What isn't going well? And what am I going to do differently? You have to actually go do the things differently that you said you're going to do differently. So this is me being accountable on all of that, bringing you along for the ride. And again, we will link up that entire playlist up in the corner so you can go check out all of the things we've learned so far in the last 7 weeks and have it all in one place.